Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, March 25th, 2025 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I listen to all parts of myself, including the wounded parts. And I have to tell you, even when I was trying to get out the actual energy mantra, all that keeps playing in my head is, I don't know, that whatever viral thing that everybody's been doing. We listen and we don't judge. And I was like, why is this coming through? And I had judgment about judgment and judgment about lack of judgment and all kinds of things come through. But that wasn't actually the focus. I finally got it and I was like, oh, there it is. We got a lot of interesting astro going on this week. And one of the things we have going on is on Wednesday, we're going to have Mars and Chiron square each other. And when we have a square, it can challenge us. And with Chiron and Aries, we may feel challenged. We might feel like we need to feel our way through some deeper frustrations around who we are or even our deeper wounding. And that was the key. It's listening to our deeper wounds, those places within us where we don't feel comfortable in any given energy that need to be actually heard and felt. We need to listen and not judge to ourselves. Now, while that aspect is happening on Wednesday, we're going to be feeling it building today. We're going to have Mars and Chiron hanging out at 21 degrees today, which is the degree that they're meeting this square at. So they're essentially squaring. We'll just kind of keep building. And so keep that in the back of your mind, that part of your personal self-love work is to listen and not judge. Now, this also, I feel like, can lead to some of the other interesting astros that we have going on this week, including the eclipse, because this eclipse is helping us shed layers and reclaim authentic parts of ourselves that we came here to take action on and with. And so this is going to be a potent process. Now, I think also feeding into that is Mercury today. Mercury, which is in the sign of Aries still, Mercury retrograde. So that can also help us tap into these deeper parts of ourselves. And it's connecting into Pluto. And so Pluto's like, let's look at the shame and the judgment and all those gross things that we'll put to the side to deal with later. So this energy today is going to help us surface it. Now, we also may see reflections of these pieces around ourselves, because I'll tell you this, in all of this time doing readings for literally thousands of people over time, I really see that we're not as different as we think we are. We all have a lot of the same wants, desires, fears, insecurities, pains, etc. And so just be aware, if you're seeing somebody else's wounding, it's a good time to listen and not judge, and see where it may be reflecting something for yourself that you can also work through. Now, also feeding into this today, which is very interesting, is Lilith. Now, Lilith oscillates all over the place. Some people will have you believe that Lilith has been hanging out in Scorpio for a while. Now, Lilith keeps taking little jaunts to Libra and now comes back to Scorpio today, 0 degrees Scorpio. And that 0 degrees energy is one of transformation. But Lilith and Scorpio, again, may show you where some of these shames, judgments, etc. have deeper roots in our ancestry and in survival. For a long time, we have had to fit in to survive. And I think that's part of what's going on in the world that's very uncomfortable right now, is a lot of that old dogma is kind of dissipating, but it's not going without a fight. But we may feel some of that coming up into the energies today. So be aware of that energy and the fact that you may feel extra reactive and protective about yourself in that energy. Now, we also have the moon moving through Aquarius. And the moon moving through Aquarius, again, makes us extra sensitive and extra sensory to everything else going on. So, there's just a lot of layers that we're going to be feeling and experiencing on top of the building eclipse. So, it is all quite a bit. We also have Venus. That's what I was like, oh, where's Venus at? Venus returns to 0 degrees too. So, just like I said, anytime Venus is at 0, it goes the other way as well, right? When it's retrograde, it feels like we're a little graceless. We don't seem to have as much patience. Others don't seem to have as much compassion and time. It can be a little tough on relationships. Venus will be retrograding back into Pisces on Thursday. But for now, just know that that might also be a challenge in these energies as well. It's also connecting to that Lilith and an inconjunct. So again, we may feel some uncomfortable things coming up for transformation. Top of the cards is the understanding card. And I think this is first and foremost understanding for ourselves. And this is a card of water. So it's allowing the feelings to move through. Now I know the moon in Aquarius isn't like, yes, let's all get feely. But the feels are there. They're always there. Like the waters of the world, just under the surface. So sometimes they just need your permission to move through. And we are going to be feeling, like I said, that build between Chiron and Mars. And that Mars energy, when Mars can feel challenged, it can feel a little reactive. We also have the Master card show up again. So again, we're in this mastery process. I love these next 3 cards. We've got rebirth and guidance. And this rebirth, again, is like a reclamation of our truest selves, the truest self that we can reveal for ourselves and for the world at this time. And I always think that there's deeper layers. I always think of Abraham, like you can't get it done. You can't get it wrong. You can't get it done, right? Like, so don't think like it's like, yes, I am here. Here is my most authentic me. I think that's the soul, and I think that might be like pure light. But we're dimensional here, and so, you know, it's okay. But here we are in the rebirth process, but it involves listening to this higher guidance to support you. And this card is actually a Pentacles card, so part of the guidance is like the guidance coming from the earth herself, like listening to the ground and listening to nature and letting nature and earth remind us who we are in nature. We also have the breakthrough card, which is good coming after this breakdown energy of Monday. But the breakthrough is like, it's not quite yet. Like I said, this is a really intense week, so it might take a little time, and that's okay. One more card came out with the self-love card, and that is individuality. And I think this is the work right now with all this Aries and the Aquarius energies. And it says every person has their own personalized study plan in this Earth school. And I think a lot of times we'll judge ourselves for where we're at in our life. And yet, chances are, if you're right where you're supposed to be in school, you have not been held back a grade. You're in university, and you don't graduate until you die. So, you know, keep going. Keep going, but trust your personal study plan. And I know that's hard, but trust it. So I'm going to leave it there for now. You can book a reading with me if you would like support with your study plan. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. And the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and may your guiding light be strong, and know that you can trust your process. Namaste.